Well, I'm back after about a month off after Christmas, but today I'm going to make something that's a vegetarian dish. Now this comes from a cookbook I got in the 70s. It's the second cookbook I ever purchased, but first I'm going to show you the first cookbook I ever purchased, and do not laugh. Right there. I used it so much I actually bought another one. I made Martin's first meal out of this, chicken and dumplings. It was just a very simplified chicken and dumplings. So then I bought this. Back in the 70s, there were communes, there was all this back to nature. Well, I came from a farming community and we did that all the time. This cookbook is a Mennonite cookbook and they still reprint it. You can see mine is very tattered and worn. They have a lot of common sense things. I used to make all my mushroom cream of chicken soups from recipes in here. There's a lot of vegetarian and there is a lot of meat-based things in here too. But the idea is that you don't need a lot. You can make more with less. Today I'm going to make Caribbean rice and beans. Now the thing about these recipes is they come from Mennonites all over the world. This particular recipe comes from a gal in Haiti and a couple in Jamaica. So here we go. What you're going to need is 2 cups of beans. Now you could use pinto beans, kidney beans, I used pink beans, just that, and you need 2 cups. I used almost all of this bag, but not all of it. And you put that in 6 cups of water with 1 tablespoon salt, and then you let this soak overnight. Well, I did that. Now I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of oil, the garlic, clove of garlic, 2 green onions, a large tomato, I have some parsley, I have some rice. Now and I'm going to cook it all in here. Now when you cook, I've got to cook the beans first. You're going to cook them in this liquid. Do not ever throw this liquid away. That's going to be your base of the liquid for this dish. So the first thing I'm going to do is put this in this, bring it to a boil, turn down the heat and simmer until the beans are just tender. That's going to take about 40 minutes. Let's start that up. Now you can see they're just coming to a boil, so I'm going to turn them down. We'll see how this goes. Low to medium, the high side of low, because I want it to just simmer. I don't want to boil away all that liquid. So I'm going to let this go. I don't cover it, and I'll let it do this for 40 minutes, and that should be reducing heat real quick. When those beans are done, I'm going to drain them into this bowl, save the broth again, and set these aside for a little bit. When I continue, I want to have 4 cups of broth, so I'll need to measure this out. If you don't have 4 cups, just add water until you do. Here are my beans. They're all done. I took one out and it was nice and soft. So now I'm going to drain it into here. Alright, as you can see I have about 2 cups here, so I'm going to add water until it comes to 4 cups. So I have this back on the stove, about medium heat. I'm going to add my oil. Let that heat up a couple seconds. I'm all about using the same pan. I'm going to add the garlic is in with my tomato. Here's my green onion. My parsley, I dehydrated that last summer from my herbs. And my pepper. I'm going to stir this around. Then I'm going to add the beans. There go the drained beans. I'm not adding the rice or the liquid yet. I'm going to let this simmer, about 5 minutes. Saute, I should say. So this is sauteed for about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add the 4 cups of bean water. Remember, if you don't have 4 cups left, add water. I had to do that. Then I'm going to add the rice. I just have regular long grain rice. And I'm going to bring this to a boil and then cover it and let it simmer. This feeds 6 to 8 people. Alright, I'm boiling. I'm going to reduce this down to a simmer, put the lid on, and let it simmer for about 25 minutes. Okay, let's see what we have. I've let this simmer for 25 minutes. Oh, that looks good. Look at that. Now, I want you to look at the size of that pot. This is why the book is called More with Less. This is 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of beans, 6 cups of water, and a few other minor additions. Let me let you have a little bit closer look at this. It smells really good too. Remember, you need very few ingredients, and this is supposed to feed 6 to 8. And now, because you can do whatever you want, I'm going to add a little Tabasco sauce. I like a little spicy, or any kind of a spicy thing that you have, just a touch. Now, I want you to remember this book, More with Less. It's a Mennonite cookbook that has lots of vegetarian and lots of meat recipes, things you can make from scratch. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you find this in your library and give it a look, or even just buy it. It's a really good cookbook. Okay, until next time, bye-bye.